I1 Answers is presented by the Grand River Dam Authority. Additional funding provided by the Gerald H. Westby Jr. Foundation, RCB Bank, the Muscogee Creek Nation, and viewers like you. Thank you.
The Chelsea Dragons and the Sequoyah Eagles are back for the first semifinal game of Season 8 of I1 Answers. Hey everyone, and welcome to Oklahoma's favorite academic game show, I1 Answers, presented by GRDA. I'm your host, Anna Berry. Now, tonight's teams are the Chelsea Dragons and the Sequoyah Eagles. Welcome back, teams. Now, these teams are competing for a chance at $12,000 in scholarship money that will be awarded in the championship 2 weeks from tonight. Let's start off by meeting the players from Chelsea. All right, we'll start with the team captain. We have Logan Douglas, senior. Then we have John Douglas, a sophomore. Jaden Griffith, a sophomore. And Jake Griffith, a senior. Welcome back, Chelsea. All right, let's meet the players for Sequoyah. We'll start with our team captain, Liam O'Neill, senior. We've got Luke Aguilar, a junior. Hey, Luke. And we have Dan Padgett, a junior. I'm ahead of myself. And Braden Wani, a senior. All right, welcome back, Sequoyah. Are you teams ready? Yes. Are you ready, audience? I know you all want some questions, but the show's about answers and the right answers. Very crucial today. All right, we begin our competition tonight with the speed round.
First up, the speed round. The speed round consists of individual answered questions worth 10 points each. The first team member to buzz in gets to answer. No conferring between team members is allowed in this round.
All right, we got our buzzer hands ready. Here we go. First speed question. Lobsters and shrimp have what kind of skeleton? Chelsea?
Exoskeleton?
Correct. In 2014, the ferry named Seawall listed and sunk in what sea, killing hundreds of passengers? Chelsea?
The North Sea?
Incorrect. Sequoyah?
Caribbean.
Incorrect. Correct answer is the Yellow Sea. These are works of what American realistic painter? Gramps at the Plate, The Young Lady with the Shiner, The Scoutmaster, Saying Grace, Breaking Home Ties, Freedom of Speech. Chelsea?
Norman Rockwell?
Correct. In a turtle, bony structures called bridges connect its plastron with what other shell? Sequoyah?
The undershell.
Incorrect. Pass. Carapace. 81 nations participated in the 1980 Summer Olympics, but 65 abstained. Why did so many nations boycott these games? Chelsea?
They were held in Russia?
Incorrect. Sequoyah?
Because of Nazi Germany.
Incorrect. It was because the Soviets invaded Afghanistan. So it did have something to do with Russia. Name the ongoing crisis related to the overuse and overprescription of such painkillers as oxycodone. Sequoyah?
Opioid epidemic.
Correct. The altitude in the atmosphere at which the temperature drops to 32 degrees Fahrenheit is known as what level? Sequoyah?
Freezing temperature.
Freezing level is correct. Here's a math question.
To the nearest tenth, determine the height of a cone with a diameter of 20 meters and a slant length of 14 meters.
Anyone? All right, Sequoyah?
700 pi.
Incorrect. Chelsea? No one? All right, the correct answer is 9.8 meters. Someone who routinely stays up late into the night is referred to as Sequoyah.
Insomniac.
Incorrect. What kind of, Chelsea?
Nocturnal.
Incorrect. Referred to as what kind of bird? Night owl. Video question by Erin Griffiths, Marketing Director at RCB Bank.
According to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, how often are consumers entitled to one free copy of their credit report from each of the major credit reporting entities?
Sequoyah?
Twice a year.
Incorrect. Chelsea?
Once a year?
Once a year is correct, annually. Flowing northward on the west side of the North Pacific, the Kuroshio Current is known by what other name? Chelsea?
The Labrador Current?
Incorrect. Sequoyah?
The Japan Current?
Correct. The Japan Current is correct. To do business in the U.S. Senate, a quorum of senators must be present. What is the minimum number of senators? Sequoyah?
26.
Incorrect. That comprises a quorum. Chelsea?
50.
Incorrect. 51. A 75-watt light bulb is connected to a 120-volt power line. What is the resistance of the bulb? $192 ohms. Video question by Justin Alberty, VP of Corporate Communications at GRDA.
An imbalance of electrical charge within or on the surface of a material is known as?
Sequoyah?
Static.
Correct. Static electricity, yes. In what city did Adolf Hitler commit suicide? Sequoyah?
Berlin.
Berlin is correct. What is a synonym for the lanthanide series of the periodic table? Sequoyah?
Synthetic?
Incorrect. Chelsea?
The lanthanides?
Incorrect. It's the rare earths. All right, that bell means it's time's up for the speed round. The score stands at 40 for Chelsea and 50 for Sequoyah. Pretty close. Round two's coming right up.
Every day, the employees of the Grand River Dam Authority strive for excellence by focusing on the 5 E's: employees, electricity, environmental stewardship, economic development, and efficiency. We do this by producing low-cost, reliable electricity that touches 75 of the 77 counties in the state. At no cost to the taxpayers, we also manage 70,000 surface acres of lakes and the scenic Illinois River. Annually, the efforts of Team GRDA facilitate over $450 million in economic activity for Oklahoma.
The Gerald H. Westby Jr. Foundation is a proud sponsor of I Want Answers on RSU Public TV. Throughout his life, Gerald Westby worked hard to add to the quality of life through his legacy of support for the arts, arts education, and culture. The Gerald H. Westby Jr. Foundation continues this work.
At RCB Bank, you are not just a number. You are our neighbor, friend, coworker, PTA partner, business owner down the street, and so much more. We value our relationship with you. We are here to serve you at any of our locations or online at rcbbank.com. With over 50 locations across Oklahoma and Kansas, we're everywhere you need us to be. RCB Bank is your hometown community bank, interested in your financial well-being. RCB Bank, that's my bank.
My favorite movie is Avengers Infinity War because it's really awesome.
I'm a big Disney fan, so I have to say any of the classic Disney movies.
My favorite movie is Happy Gilmore because it's really funny.
My favorite movie character is Black Panther because he's really awesome.
Welcome back to I Want Answers presented by GRDA. Teams, are you ready for more questions? Because the advantage round is coming your way next.
Next up, the advantage round. In this round, the teams face off by first attempting to answer a speed question. The team that answers correctly receives 10 points and the opportunity to answer 3 advantage questions worth 10 points each. After the 3 advantage questions, it's back to the speed questions to determine who gets the next advantage. The speed questions can be answered by anyone, but the answers for the advantage questions must come from the team captain.
All right, are we ready? Here's your first speed question. What ancient civilization on the western coast of the Fertile Crescent had colonies around the Mediterranean in locations as far away as modern Spain and Morocco? Chelsea?
The Phoenicians.
Phoenicia is correct. Advantage for Chelsea. Weapons. The planes in this description were flown by what group of pilots? They were mass-produced planes without armor with 550 pounds of TNT encased in the nose set to explode on contact.
Kamikaze?
Correct. The earliest ones were metal-tipped wooden beams carried by a group of men. Later, the beam was suspended by ropes from a wheeled wooden framework. Name this weapon used to break down the doors and walls of forts and castles.
Battering ram?
Correct. In 1709, gunsmiths began developing the Pennsylvania rifle with a spiral bore for improved accuracy. What is the name for such grooves cut in the barrels of firearms?
Rifling?
Rifling is correct. Good job. All right, back to speed. What kind of writing is on the surfaces of Cleopatra's needles? Sequoyah?
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics is correct. Advantage for Sequoyah. Shakespeare. All right. In what play do we find these lines? Asleep, my love. What? Dead, my dove? O Pyramus, arise, and farewell, friends. Thus Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Correct. What 2 seasons are mentioned in the first line of Shakespeare's The Life and Death of King Richard III?
Spring and fall.
Incorrect. Winter, summer. Yes, I remember that myself. Upon which of Shakespeare's plays is the musical West Side Story based?
Oh, it's Romeo and Juliet.
That is correct. All right, good job. Back to speed, and this is a math question. I will read. You and your cousin are in Darwin, Australia. You are in separate cars headed toward Alice Springs. Your cousin leaves at noon, averaging 50 miles per hour. You leave at 2 o'clock, averaging 60 miles per hour. You will catch your cousin when you both have traveled how many miles? Anyone? Sequoyah?
Half an hour.
Incorrect. Chelsea?
10 hours.
Incorrect. 600 miles. Back to speed. What condition, often synonymous with chaos or disorder, is marked by the absence of governing forces? Sequoyah?
Anarchy.
Anarchy is correct. Advantage for Sequoyah. Ancient Rome. An ancient Roman sculpture depicts what 2 babies getting milk from a wolf?
Romulus and Remus.
That is correct. In ancient Rome, what entertainers routinely had items like a parma or round shield, an iaculum or net, a galea or visored helmet?
Gladiators.
Thank you. Yes, correct. Gladiators. What word should have been used in this example of malapropism? Members of the noble families of the ancient Roman Republic were called pediatricians.
I don't know.
Patricians.
Patricians.
Patricians. All right, back to speed. What detective created by Earl der Biggers said things like these? Eggs should not dance with stones. Theory like balloon, easy to blow up, quick to explode. Sequoyah?
Columbo?
Incorrect. Pass. Charlie Chan. What is the collective name for these explorers? Vasco Núñez del Balboa. Chelsea?
Conquistadors.
Conquistadors is correct. Advantage for Chelsea. Outlaws. During what American decade were these people much in the news? Machine Gun Kelly, John Dillinger, Babyface Nelson, and Pretty Boy Floyd.
1930s?
The 30s is correct. What name for a bold outlaw of the American frontier was derived from a Latin word meaning despair?
Desperado?
That is correct. Although many stories emerged to the contrary, there is no evidence that what former Civil War guerrilla and leader of the Northfield, Minnesota raid ever shared his loot from the trains and banks that his gang robbed. Jesse James. All right, back to speed. What deuteragonist from British fiction said these things? This fellow may be very clever, but he is certainly very conceited. You remind me of Edgar Allan Poe's Dupin, but I had no idea that such individuals did exist out of stories. I have not lived for years with Sherlock Holmes for nothing. Chelsea?
Watson?
Yes, correct. Dr. John Watson. Advantage for Chelsea. Nationality. What is the nationality of the people who live in the neighborhood of the world's deepest lake?
Russian?
Russia is correct. What was the nationality of these people? Ignacy Paderewski, Stanislaw Lem, Casimir Pulaski, Marie Curie.
Polish.
Polish is correct. What is the nationality of these people? Gustav Mahler, Maximilian Schell, Sigmund Freud, Anton Bruckner, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Arnold Schoenberg, Joseph Haydn.
Austrian.
Austrian is correct. All right, back to speed. And that is all the time we have for our advantage round. Let's see the score. 150 Chelsea, 110 Sequoyah. Still pretty close. Don't go anywhere. We got another round coming right up.
Our world was founded on women. Our identity comes from our mothers.
I carry their wisdom.
The women have taught us our ways and traditions.
I carry my nation.
The women have taught us how to survive. Their strength guides us forward.
I carry on.
We are Muscogee women.
Culture, preserving it, living it.
I Want Answers is made possible by the Tulsa Port of Catoosa, one of the largest, most inland river ports of the U.S. inland river system. Agricultural commodities, building materials, fuel, and machinery are shipped into and out of the Tulsa Port of Catoosa daily using a combination of barge, rail, and truck. To learn more about the Tulsa Port of Catoosa, visit their website at tulsaport.com. And also by Advanced Research Chemicals, providing customer-focused solutions to basic and advanced chemical applications. ARC has a long history of giving back to our local and international communities. For more information, visit fluoridearc.com.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
Every day, the employees of the Grand River Dam Authority strive for excellence by focusing on the 5 E's: employees, electricity, environmental stewardship, economic development, and efficiency. We do this by producing low-cost, reliable electricity that touches 75 of the 77 counties in the state. At no cost to the taxpayers, we also manage 70,000 surface acres of lakes and the scenic Illinois River. Annually, the efforts of Team GRDA facilitate over $450 million in economic activity for Oklahoma.
My favorite movie is Pulp Fiction because I love Quentin Tarantino.
My favorite movie is The Princess Bride. My favorite character from that movie is Inigo Montoya.
My favorite movie is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because I love the Chocolate Factory.
My favorite movie is Scott Pilgrim because it's weird and quirky and not like the other girls.
And welcome back to I Want Answers, presented by GRDA. We're down to the final round of our competition tonight. The Whirlwind Round is coming right up.
Next up, it's the Whirlwind Round. In this round, the trailing team gets to pick from one of 3 categories, and they get to choose whether they wish to answer the category's questions themselves or force the other team to answer them. The team will have 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible, and then the other team gets their turn at one of 3 remaining categories. Each correct answer is worth 10 points. If any team correctly answers all 10 questions, they receive 10 bonus points.
All right, well, Sequoyah, your team is trailing, so you get to pick one of these 3 categories. Silent K, rodent, marsupial, or primate, or language.
We're going to do silent K
For yourself?
for ourselves.
Silent K for yourself. All right. Here we begin. Remember, time begins after my first question. Silent K. Name the word that begins with a silent K. A finger joint.
Knuckle.
Correct. To fold and stretch bread dough into a smooth, uniform
Knead.
mass.
Knead.
Correct. It's a British term for ladies' underwear.
Knickers.
Correct. The sound of a bell rung ominously.
Pass.
All right. A backpack for a hiker.
Knapsack.
Correct. Small, inexpensive, decorative article, bric-a-brac.
Knick-knack.
Correct. A small rounded hill or mound, a hillock.
A knoll.
Correct. To a navigator, what is 1.1516 statute miles per hour?
A knot.
Correct. A poker, jack, or a deceitful and unreliable scoundrel.
A nick.
Incorrect. Connects the tibia and fibula with the femur.
Knee.
Correct. All right, good job. It was a knave. Yeah. And then a sound of a bell rung ominously is a knell. Good to know. All right, gentlemen, you all get to pick between rodent, marsupial, or primate, language, or Roman numerals.
Okay, we'll take Roman numerals.
Roman numerals it is. Time begins after my first question. Roman numerals. Give the Roman numeral for each of these Arabic numbers. 10.
X.
Correct. 50.
L.
Correct. 1,000.
M.
Correct. 5.
V.
Correct. 100.
C.
Correct. 500.
D.
Correct. 40.
XL.
Correct. 600.
DC.
Correct. 25.
XXV.
Correct. 449.
CDXLIX.
Correct. Good job. All right, you got all 10 correct answers, especially that last one, 449. Woo! All right, but we have a little bit more time. Chelsea, 260. Sequoyah, 190. We're going back to some more speed questions, and here we go. What term applies to any political party that is not one of the 2 main parties that... Chelsea?
Third party?
Third party is correct. A person responsible for managing an apricot orchard might assign planting duties, harvesting duties, packaging duties, and transportation duties to different employees. Name this common business practice. Sequoyah?
Management.
Incorrect. Delegation. What name is applied to these people because of their interest in seeing a certain practice end? Wendell Phillips, Edmund Quincy, W.L. Garrison, John Brown. Chelsea?
Abolitionist.
Abolitionist is correct. What act passed in 1807 forbade any ship to sail with cargo from an American port to any foreign port? Chelsea?
The Monroe Doctrine.
Incorrect. Sequoyah?
The Sugar Act.
Incorrect. It's the Embargo Act. What person is used in this line? Thou villain base, knowest me not by my clothes. Sequoyah?
First.
Incorrect. Chelsea?
Second person.
Second person is correct. What city in northern Australia was the target of over 50 Japanese air raids in the 1940s? Sequoyah?
Adelaide.
Incorrect. Darwin. AIDS is caused by what kind of microorganism? Chelsea?
Virus.
Virus is correct. Name the hard outer covering on the crown of a tooth. Chelsea?
Enamel.
Enamel is correct. When a member of the House of Representatives dies or resigns, who has the responsibility to call for a special election to fill the vacancy? Sequoyah?
The governor?
Governor is correct. What word is missing from this line penned in a letter by Thomas Jefferson? A little now and then is a good thing, and as necessary in the political world as storms. Chelsea?
Nonsense.
Incorrect. Sequoyah?
Failure.
Incorrect. Rebellion is the correct answer. A little rebellion. What kind of coral reef forms around a volcanic seamount? Time was called. The answer is atoll. What story by Stephen Crane is based on his experience after the wreck of the steamer Commodore, on which he had sailed for Cuba as a war correspondent? Sequoyah?
Hit or miss.
Incorrect. Pass. The Open Boat. What 4 planets contain 99% of the mass in the planetary system? Chelsea?
Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars.
Incorrect. Sequoyah?
The gas giants.
Incorrect.
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus.
Wait,
Neptune.
sorry, say that. Say the 4.
The gas giants: Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn.
Yes, you're correct. Thank you. Taught me something. All right. What tree-like cactus of the Sonoran Desert can grow to more than 70 feet tall? Chelsea?
The saguaro.
Correct. To what character of English literature is this quote attributed? Bah humbug. Chelsea?
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Scrooge is correct. The 1963 article referred to whom nearly 12 hours after the deed? A 24-year-old man who professed love for Russia was charged with murder in Dallas. Chelsea?
John F. Kennedy.
Incorrect. Sequoyah?
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald is correct. And that bell concludes tonight's very close and exciting competition. The final score stands at 330 Chelsea and 220 Sequoyah. You both did a great job, but you are the winners, Chelsea. Congratulations. You will advance to the championship game that will take place 2 weeks from tonight. Good playing, both teams. And thank you, audience, for joining us as we showcase the knowledge of our local Green Country High School academic teams. Be sure to follow I Want Answers on Facebook and Instagram, and you can always catch up on past episodes anytime at rsu.tv. We'll see you next time for another exciting competition on I Want Answers.
I Want Answers is presented by the Grand River Dam Authority. Additional funding provided by the Gerald H. Westby Jr. Foundation, RCB Bank, the Muscogee Creek Nation, the Tulsa Port of Catoosa, Advanced Research Chemical, Rogers State University, and viewers like you. Thank you.